Welcome to episode 55 of the Party Chat podcast, brought to you by RetroRemastered.com. You may notice that I do not have silky jewelly tones. I'm in fact Laura, the new host of the Party Chat podcast, the better, superior, and also just all-round improvement because I beat Geordie Squires in a quiz as a host, so here we go. And I'm joined by Slazo, as usual, who apparently doesn't get any form of promotion and just gets to be himself.
The Party Chat podcast, got it, right. Good start.
Do you want me to start again on that?
No, we're good, we're off now.
Postcard.
I don't need self-promotion, I'm the one who gets you two to fight, like, I'm the puppet master, so...
To be fair, it's Halloween, so I thought this week I'd come as Geordie Squires. Pet. Did you get it? You see what I did there?
That is horrifying.
Right. I'm going to be honest, you're not the one who has to be him. Oh, I hope he does not listen to this, unlike you people that I really appreciate you listening. Right, Slazo.
Hi.
How did last week go without me? Did you miss me?
I mean, kind of, yes and no. Like, it's always nice to have you around, Laura. There you go. Is that what you're looking for?
I mean, the yes or no has already kind of put it out there that you didn't. So, you know what, we're just going to move into video game news and pretend this awkwardness didn't happen.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
You know what's awkward, Slazo?
I know.
Speaking of about our first news story, how you did first impressions of Evolve not that long ago. And the first news story is Evolve Left 4 Dead as Turtle Rock ends support for online shooter.
I mean, I thought it was going well. Apparently, no, it wasn't.
You were quite positive about what you played. Like, as in, you seemed very genuinely excited that it had gone free to play, and you were like, this is the rebirth.
I wasn't that. I wasn't that.
Well, I mean,
but
you had more hope. You had more.
I
hope
thought it was gonna have a better, brighter future than it did as a paid title. So the fact that it's been shit canned within like 4 months.
It didn't even make it to console.
Yeah, but I didn't even know it was coming to console. To be fair.
No, as in there were plans for the free-to-play version to eventually move to console.
Yeah.
To go with alongside, but they were just plans, so they didn't have a date on that, and now that's never going to happen.
Never gonna happen. Yeah, no, I'm surprised it went down so quickly. I would have thought if it was going to go down next year, like, goddamn, that's a quick cancellation of support for this game. Especially as I think they had a Halloween event, so I was assuming everything was going fine. So
I feel it is a weird game to cancel before Halloween, because I mean this in a nice way. I sometimes like to play games around certain seasons. That sounds really weird, but like you playing a Christmas game, I kind of you go or something like Halloween.
Christmas
to get
games. Christmas games suck, but you play Halloween games. You play spooky, scary games.
There's a really good Christmas DLC for Saints Row, so I do.
I'm sure.
But not the point. But until Dawn and that, I would say, their sales will go up around Halloween. And I reckon you could make an argument that Evolve, the way it is, could have been like a game that could have got a Halloween boost.
The thing, it's going to get a Halloween boost, but I must admit, like, because I think about it, I'm not really sure where the money was coming from anymore. Because it's not like you pay to play it. There's no real microtransactions that I could see. So unless there's like DLC on the Steam page I didn't look at, where's the money?
That is actually a sound investment, really. I mean, apparently it says that it went to a free-to-play model 3 months ago, and by the sounds of it, it wasn't successful enough to convince publisher 2K to invest. But if I was going to invest in something, I'd want to, this will be your returns. So if you're telling me the microtransactions weren't...
What's the thing? In the original draft in my Evolve Stage 2 article, I had a bit saying, microtransactions, and then I thought on it and went, wait, I never saw an option to buy any currency, and was actually poking around the menus for 5 minutes trying to see if I could, and you can't, so...
I mean, that says a lot about guessing why it didn't work out, really.
Pretty much, from far too many microtransactions to none. That's Evolve's story.
In some ways, that's kind of like a good thing, because you'd be like, yeah, I don't like microtransactions in my face. But from a business perspective, you're like, yeah, this isn't logical at all. At least offer me something.
Yeah.
Anything. What do you think about Turtle Rock now, though? Do you think those who followed it, they're saying this is not a good buy and stuff like that? do you think they can easily get buzz on another game and stuff? Because this was their, I would say this is probably their most prominent title, isn't it?
It's their only one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's I can't think. They might have had. I
thought they split off
sure.
from Valve specifically to make this game.
They did. I don't know if they did any little mobile spin-offs. I never checked the mobile list. I don't know why.
I don't think this is the end of Turtle Rock. I don't think a project like this damns them for eternity or anything like that. But they're gonna Evolve. At least when it was announced, had some buzz about kind of being something different in the 4v1 space. So they're gonna need to come up with something fresh if they want to stick around, so to speak.
So, do you think would you recommend that you would be intrigued to see them do something completely just different?
Depends what they do.
No, but
I can't comment on what they do when they haven't done anything.
No, I mean, you wrote your article on Dead by Daylight as well, didn't you?
Dead by Daylight, yeah.
Dead, and its whole compared to Left 4 Dead. Do you think it's just a case of this genre it's just a little bit nowhere to go with it, and that really they need to step away and go
There's plenty to be... There aren't a whole lot of, in the cooperative game space. Left 4 Dead still has, in my opinion, the monopoly on it, but... that doesn't mean there's no room. You could easily make another game that strongly promotes co-op. Maybe not so much have the horror zombies that the three of them pretty much all kind of have the doom and gloom setting, but... No, there's still work to be done. So
basically apply the formula but do it to a different... Skip would be what you would want.
Yes, but I don't know what I want until people show it to me, so,
Wow!
Amaze me, surprise me.
I know that you develop games. I thought you'd have a more of a, hey, I want this, this and this, but no,
well,
you just...
there's stuff when you show a case a game, I think, right, well, it would be better if it did this, this and this, but in terms of ideas, just come up with a cool idea, that excites me. I'm not going to say, I want you to make this specific game, because that stifles creativity, so...
I mean, I get that. You know what, Slazo?
What?
I'm going to reward you.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk about some really good news.
Oh, man.
The PlayStation Plus November titles.
Oh.
What do you mean, oh? Okay.
I thought we were segueing into a different story, but go on.
Oh, no, because I'm going to be finally, after months of this podcast, you might get the opportunity to play you are going to get the opportunity, and I'm going to nag you about it, to play Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Yeah, for one good game in the lineup.
Alright, I was starting with that and then lowering your expectations as we go on.
I've seen the lineup, my dear. Yeah, no, I'm happy Everybody's Gone to the Rapture's in there. More people should play it, myself included, but it's kind of the one high.
I mean, if you want to be really, really harsh, yeah, I mean, I saw Everybody's Gone to the Rapture and I was kind of hopeful because I think we've spoken about this podcast. I thought this game should have won a lot of awards, which it did, and I just really enjoyed it.
You really enjoyed it, and it just got totally outshadowed in a year of much better storytelling games. You were up against, what? Tales from the Borderlands, Life is Strange, Undertale, and I can't even remember what the other one is, the Steam one that's about the live-action person in the police thingy.
Shit. The one where they interrogate her.
Yeah, that one as well. Her story. Her story.
Her story, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, it did actually win the awards against those games, just saying. I mean, I don't know if it got the sales, but it got the awards.
I know it still did alright, but I'm saying, in a year famed for story, it kind of got outshadowed a bit.
I would say definitely sales-wise. I don't know about award-wise, because it did collect a lot of high-profile ones, if that makes sense. Especially for its music, which is pretty cool, which I recommend. It's a beautiful
soundtrack's pair. But,
oh my god, there's no pleasing you. But anyway, that's amazing news. That's something you can play, and you can come on here and say, Laura, you were right, this is a great game.
Or I could play the million other PS Plus and games I've got to play now. It's games release season, Laura. I've still got Rise of the Tomb Raider, I haven't even started yet. I'm
going to be honest, I feel like you need cheering up. You need a game that's really going to convince you to play.
Right.
The Deadly Towers of Monster. The Deadly Tower of Monsters.
Oh, what game's this, Laura?
It's an action game set in a 1970s sci-fi B movie.
This isn't selling it to me.
I mean, it reviewed okay, is what's written in front of me. Reviewed? Okay.
Well, that's better than not okay.
The thing is, I look at it, like this sci-fi B movie and it has the word monsters in it. If this was October, I'd be like, oh, Halloween.
Yeah.
I know Halloween's at the end of October, but it's as soon as Halloween part ends, you're done with it. Does that make sense? That sounds so bad.
November the 1st is kind of the last Halloween day because of Dia de los Muertos. But
well, all the games come out on a Tuesday, so which is November 1st. So basically, play this game in a day, and you might be able to go, "Hey, I did it for Halloween."
Yep.
Basically, yeah. I don't know how you feel about this game. I don't know if you ever heard.
I don't know what it is, Laura.
You didn't know at all.
No.
Oh, it's just an action game. Oh, you're gonna be very disappointed.
Yes.
Well, PS3 has some good games if you for PS Plus.
Does it?
Dirt Free?
What game, sorry?
Was it Dirt Free or was it Dirt Rally?
I hope you know,
Sorry.
Laura. You've got the story in front of you.
Yeah, and it's very confusing. I've just had a look at this.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure it was Dirt Free. Yes, it was.
Yeah, it is Dirt Free. I'm like looking at it, and sorry, I've got the notes in front of me, and it goes Dirt Free is out on PS Plus, and then the next line is Dirt Rally is great, but I don't have Dirt Free.
I've played Dirt Free on the 360. It was actually alright, but not a game I go out of my way to play again.
Is this the same thing as? Well, it's nice to have on the PS3, but I've moved on from it, and I really don't want to go dust it off just for Dirt Free.
Dirt Free is not a game I am like I say digging out, it's right in front of me. But Dirt Free is not a game I'm going to wait half a year for it to download on PS3.
Fair enough. Also, on the PS3,
yep.
Costume Quest 2.
I must admit, I have always meant to play.
On Xbox.
Well, yeah,
Well,
I have.
I meant Gold. It's been on Gold.
Okay.
Right.
I've always meant to play a Costume Quest and Costume Quest 2. I've just never got round to it. So, I don't know, maybe I'll give it a try sometime.
I mean, I feel this is probably out of the PS3 offer, definitely, I'm more intrigued by this. If I didn't get it through Xbox for Gold, and I think it plays on my Xbox One because, backwards compatibility and all that stuff, then it's just easier for me to play it on there, but I'm actually intrigued by it, and I always have been. It's something I would never pay for. That's why I like it, in that sense. Like, it's the perfect thing that with all the games, you just said all the games coming out, it's not something I want to instantly go risk my money on. Because I'm not sure if I'd like it. So it's like the perfect PS Plus game. Then we go into the Vita, which is not dead, Slazo.
I know it's not dead, Laura. I'm happy with mine. Trails of Cold Steel 2 next month. Woo!
Cool. I'm happy for you.
Wait, no, sorry. This airs in November this month.
Lame. Pump BX Plus.
Wow. Oh man, racing. I don't care.
Does it count as a racer? Because it's a BMX. I always thought that was more of a trick-based game.
I mean, I suppose it depends if it's Trials or Drive Club.
You make a good point. I only know that it's got BMXs in it because when I googled it...
Because it has BMX in the title.
But also coming, the name of our site is Retro Remastered.
Yes.
Well, Letter Quest Remastered is now available on PS
Oh my god,
Vita
that was a
PS
terrible
Plus.
segue.
I know, and I don't even care.
I know of Letter Quest, but I could not tell you anything about it.
Well,
I don't think it's one of the Typo Man games, so...
It's a world-building RPG.
Right.
Word building RPG. So, hence the letter in the title of the game.
I get the joke.
Yeah, but apparently it's one of those things that to be fair, it's one of those things that apparently they recommend you spend a lot of time in. Like, you could lose yourself in that game if you get into it.
I get told this by many games. Oh yeah, you could spend hundreds of hours of these games, and then I've switched them off after 20 minutes because I'm bored.
I mean, now that's just you, Slazo. That's just you.
Not really. I mean, I'm sure you've played games that are like, oh boy, hundreds of hours, and then stopped after 5. Cough, Persona.
Wow, I was actually thinking of Witcher 3. Oh, that's bad. Oh, there's multiple games. Oh no.
The point is, like, when every game is like, oh, there's hundreds of hours of gameplay, there can be, but for most people there won't be.
Okay, well, if it turns out to be your thing, tweet Slazo King and be like, yo, I've lost my life to this game.
I'm sure someone has.
Right.
Someone has, like, loses their life to pretty much every one of these ultra-long games. Different strokes, different folks.
Nice, they should put that in the marketing campaign, which we'll talk about in a bit.
PS Plus, if you don't like it, fuck off till next month.
I thought he was going to say fuck off to Xbox. I'm like, I don't think that's a good advertisement. Speaking of Xbox, the equivalent to PS Plus is Games with Gold.
It is.
I feel there's some intriguing titles on this side. To be fair, I know you don't have an Xbox, but you can appreciate Murdered Soul Suspect, if you remember what that is.
Isn't that Square Enix game that didn't
It is
do
that
great?
Square Enix that it bombed and you could get it for £4 and that.
Right.
But apparently, well, no, this is the thing. It's some of its reviews, right? Are like,
Okay.
oh, it's not as bad as they say, which is such a way.
That's not a good way to kick off a review.
Yeah. According to this, 9 out of 10 on Steam. It's a 5.5 from IGN.com, but it's got an average score of 59% on Metacritic. But then some people, like, you know, like user ratings.
Yeah.
Some people are giving it like 8 to 9, going, it might not be technically perfect, but it was a really enjoyable experience. It's something different. It's, you know, glad I played this, especially if it's cheap.
I mean, paying £4 for it will make you look past flaws.
Well, it was slagged off for being short, having no replay value, and not being that difficult. And then some people really hated the combat system.
Right.
But then its story got really praised, and that it tried to be something different. You know, the whole coming up from a dead body and original concept and all that stuff. So, I'm going to be honest. To me, this is another case of a game that I didn't want to pay for, even though it was £4, or just never got round to paying for.
Yep.
And Xbox Live Gold is a perfect way for me to actually go and play it.
And
you know how I like my murdered games.
Are you?
I am going to play it, yeah.
Really?
When is a different question. When?
2 years,
Right.
got it.
Within 2 years, I would have played Murdered Soul Suspect.
For at least 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, you like kind of mystery games as well. It's something we have in common, isn't it? I've always put you down as like a good story. No, like not a mystery per se.
I like
good
good storytelling. I don't hunt out mystery games.
Oh, that's just me then. I thought you did for some reason. I don't know why.
Just because I put Life is Strange on the pedestal doesn't mean I go hunting for mystery.
That's it. That's what I was like. Why do I think it's because you like Life is Strange so much, and that's like
a normal opinion that people agree with.
Oh my god, really? Oh, I don't even know what to say. Also coming to mind is Super Dungeon Bros, which is a fun little game.
Is it, by any chance, retro art, indie, probably either a side-scroller or a roguelike?
Are you trying to imply, just from the name, that you know it? You think you know it?
Yeah.
But it kind of is all...
It's all of those, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
Man, indie games don't have a type.
Alright, judgy. It's a rock-themed dungeon brawler where a band of mighty rock bros must navigate the fantasy realm of Rockhelm? And it has hellish dungeons and stuff.
That's lovely. I'll go play the other 1,000 types of that game on Steam.
Okay, I can raise the stakes here. Something I know you like because you actually bought me it for Steam. Or I hope you liked, or it was not a punishment. Monkey Island.
Oh, hey, that's cool. Wait,
yeah,
is that on 360 or 1?
It's on 1, I believe. I'll just double... But it says Xbox One or under it on the title. So yeah, it plays on Xbox One. So it's the 360 one, but backwards compatibility.
Nice.
I think is it Special Edition? What was it called? I can't even think.
Don't ask me to start figuring out the differences between Monkey Island games, please.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a Monkey Island... It says Monkey Island SE. I think the SE stands for Special Edition. Personally.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the one that was on 360. Don't know if you ever played it on 360. I've only ever played it on Steam because any form of Monkey Island game that is. But that should be something that's nice. I mean, it's nice that it's always, like I said, this is the thing that Xbox Games with Gold currently has over PS3. Like we spoke how Dirt 3 is a nice game, but you wouldn't go out your way to play it, get your PS3 back out.
Yeah.
But with the whole backwards compatibility, it's like, oh,
you don't need to go back to it, yeah.
It's like, what?
Crazy.
I know. And speaking of crazy, the last game for Xbox is actually I revisited for the site not that long ago. Is Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon. Oh yeah, that's all right. That gets a thumbs up.
I mean, it is a fun game. It's I got it through PS Plus.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that I've got it again. On another, I love it when this happens because you know when you're like, I swear this has been on the lineup before, and then you realise, no,
it's been on the other lineup.
Yeah, and you now just own multiple copies of it. You remember years ago when that was like a rare thing because you know how Squiggy has every version of Metal Gear Solid ever and like a brag.
Yes.
If there had always been giving away these free games, a free system, everyone would own like every single version. Squiggy's like, yeah. Look at me in all my different versions. Quite common now.
Do you care about enough to play it again?
Far
Cry, not Metal Gear.
I mean, I don't care. Far Cry is definitely... Blood Dragon is definitely one of the ones I could replay because it's short in story.
Right.
But then I didn't even go round in the open world because I couldn't bother to do little side quest stuff. So...
Open world fatigue!
Proof is in the pudding. You get to put open world in this game though, just so it's like, oh look, it's the Far Cry world, but all 80s and techie. It's like, don't make me do stuff. Like, I just wanted to play the fun story. You could have just made it cheaper and I probably would have been like, actually bought it instead of waiting for it to be given to me free twice. You know what, you see what I mean though, because they like justify the price of a game by saying, oh look, you got this open world to explore and it's all cool and all that, and it's like, yeah, but it's not fun at this point. You're making me explore worlds I've already explored.
But gotta get that false game time. Gotta add it up.
Oh, that's true. You know what Slazo? We're going to talk about more free content next.
Joy.
You not like free things?
It depends what the game is like. So go on.
I mean, you don't own this game, but when you get an Xbox One, you will get the Gears of War 4 map. The Gears of War 4 DLC multiplayer map release date has been announced. If you're a season pass holder, you will get them first, which is November 1st. You will get them, and then they will be in public playlists from November 8th. Because obviously, if you buy the season pass, Gears is the game. If you buy the season pass, you get the maps whenever you can access them, whenever you want in private playlists. But that's everyone else gets them in public playlists, so you don't have to buy them. If that makes sense.
I think that's a fairly good way of doing it because it stops you having the whole like COD's old problem of, well, these people own this map pack and these people own this one, and then you have to separate them all, and then oh Jesus.
You do have to question though how many people would pay for the season pass just to get private access to them, because I don't know about you, but private matches
I wouldn't care.
Yeah, okay, from a selfish perspective, but we talked about lack of microtransaction, how are they making their money in Evolve.
Yeah, surely the season pass offers more than just.
Oh, there's some skins. There's some skins and character skins and gun skins and stuff like that.
More story content?
No.
Do you get access to these maps in beast mode that other people can't do, or Horde,
no,
or whatever the frick it is?
It's just private. I mean, maybe you can do it in Horde, but then Horde could be on a public. Maybe that might be it. But I know basically when I read the description of the season pass, because I was intrigued because I really love Gears, playing it. And it just said for private access, but then all maps are free in public playlists or something. And I was like, oh, okay then. You get them earlier. That's one of the big selling points.
Yep.
If you can't wait. But anyway, it's going to bring back two legacy maps, so you're going to know what this is. Check out and Dry Dock.
I have no idea what either of those are.
The first, which takes players to Cole's hometown 25 years after the events of Gears of War 3, and it's been reclaimed by nature. Do you remember that in Gears of War? Is it 2? I think the DLC. It was one. Oh, it was no, not the actual map. I mean, one of the maps. Okay. Do you remember Gridlock?
No. I don't remember any Gears map of its name.
Okay, so basically the one where you could shoot through the car and glitch, and there was.
Right. Yes. Now I know
that's
that
Gridlock.
one.
Do you remember when they just added nature took over and it just became all green stuff covered in it? Originally in number 1 it wasn't. Oh. Well, they're doing that again, basically.
Okay.
Taking place in the town supermarket, players will be able to fight through stores, check out lanes and large open mall areas. Checkout was originally introduced as a multiplayer map in Gears of War 3. So it's the one with the bit of supermarket, if you can know.
No, Laura, no I can't.
I'm going to say that, you're like, no.
I played Gears of War 2 a lot, that was the one I mained. The rest of them are just games.
Oh, well, you're not going to like this either, because the second map is also from Gears of War 3.
Wow.
The depredated ship graveyard allowed for combat on the large vessels and the makeshift cargo container buildings.
I'm sure if you've played the Gears franchise religiously for years, this is amazing news.
To be fair, I recognise Checkout, because, you know, you were in a supermarket, there was random sofas everywhere, and it always bugged me, like, why is there a sofa? What kind of supermarket was this? But yeah, I did Horde a lot on that one, I think. But yeah, this is also Gears of War 4 news for the week, but they've adjusted balancing and quitting penalties and all that stuff, because technically you could just quit games without much backlash, which is a bit of a pain.
Right.
So I'm glad they're fixing that. But yes, Slazo, 3 maps, I think Gears of War 4 is going to continue to do well. And apparently, if you did remember Gears of War 3, unlike Slazo, it's exciting times to get the Legacy pack.
Let me know when the Gears of War 2 map packets.
I will. You'll see tweets of me going, Slazo, look, do you remember this one? And you'll be like, no.
And I'll be like, great, can't wait. Oh wait, I have to wait. Scorpio.
Well, that got depressing fast. You know what you won't get depressed about?
What?
Pokemon news that broke on Thursday, and you're going to talk about it.
Am I? Great. Okay, let's talk about this then. So, yep, a new trailer dropped for Pokemon Sun and Moon, and it showed off a whole bunch of cool stuff. Have you seen the trailer yet, Laura?
I have seen the trailer because I knew what you were referring to. I just couldn't remember.
What happened, did it?
Yeah, I can't go, hey guys, you remember that trailer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we saw the final evolutions of all of the starters. So we have the grass type is evolving into like an owl ninja kind of ghost thing that stands up and has a hoodie and is grass ghost. The fire one has jumped up on its hind legs, got its dukes out, got a wrestling belt on, and then they've rapidly scribbled out the word fighting because nobody wanted that again. They went, oh, he's fire dark. Yes, dark. Why has he got a wrestling belt? Because he's dark. He's a heel. Yeah.
I love it when wrestling politics crawls into Pokemon.
It's just it's very clearly a firefighting Pokemon that they quickly changed the type of because people were like, no, we don't want that ever again. We've had that for 3 generations. And then the water one has become an even more majestic / horrifying water fairy, who is going to be my starter because I think he looks amazing, but I can also understand why people are horrified by him. And yeah, the water and grass ones seem to have gone down the best. Fire, everyone's like, nope, don't care. What else was there? We also got a couple of new Pokemon announcements. I'm going to pronounce these things wrong probably. Cosmog, who is a little psychic thing that looks kind of like a Luma from Super Mario Galaxy, if you've ever seen that. They officially announced Loan Persian, which we knew about a little while back, who looks like Garfield but blue. It's really weird, like he doesn't fit in with Pokemon at all. He looks like he should be in Dragon Quest. But
is that like that's like I don't know if that was like an insight, like he just should be in Dragon. Sit over there.
It doesn't fit in with like the rest of them. It's kind of weird. Like he's up there with Alolan and Doug Trio. It's like I don't know. But most interestingly of all, we got a little look at what's going to happen when you beat the game. And I can never remember what the thing is called. Battle Tree, that's it. It's called the Battle Tree. And in this place, you'll be able to battle and recruit some famous Pokemon trainers from the past, including Wally from Ruby and Sapphire, Champion Cynthia from Gen 4, and the best news of all, Red and Blue are back, and they're all grown up. It's amazing. I can't wait to fight good old Mute Red once again and get my ass kicked by his Pikachu once again. So awesome to see him back.
Was that the highlight from the news for you? Because it literally sounds like it.
Fucking Red and Blue are the highlight whenever they reappear in a Pokemon game. And the fact that they've actually taken some time to like do a low-end designs with them all is awesome. So, hell yeah, can't wait to refight him again.
Would you say? I mean, you were already sold already. Is this basically you're counting down the day? It's sped up it sounds like you're very excited now. More so than before. I mean, you were always getting them.
I was always getting them. I was always excited, but like it was like when they did in Black and White 2 when they announced that they were going to have all the gym leaders and champions back, and I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. So yeah, it's always awesome being able to get to fight some of the best trainers from the past. I mean, I think I tweeted you about this, like when it happened, like going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
I think you DM'd me, and I was like, there's Pokemon news, and then I was like, oh my god, there's Pokemon news.
Yep.
So I kind of get this because I get a little bit nostalgic for this sort of thing. Like I like the nostalgic feeling. That's like I play Pokemon. For the last few years, I've been playing Pokemon solely for the nostalgia reasons.
Yeah.
So this kind of thing, kind of like hell to the because it's moved on nostalgia.
I was gonna say, are you gonna be getting these games, or are you gonna wait?
I mean, they never drop in price, so it's like such a cop out answer to go. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for them to drop in price, but they drop by like £2.50, and I'm like,
there is Christmas.
There is Christmas. That still doesn't mean that it's still pricey. Yeah, I mean, I think I might end up with them. It depends, because in the nicest possible way, handheld gaming for me is slowly feeling like I don't think I've played. I mean, we're different on this because I know you love your Street Pass and stuff, or you did at one point.
I did at one point, not so much at the moment, but
I don't really game out. I mean, when I go on long trips, I don't really travel a lot at the moment, so I don't really have that long. Because I used to play Pokemon like in car journeys and stuff, and I just feel like if I get it, I never. And I've got a PS4 and an Xbox One, I don't ever see me going, you know what, let's boot up the DS and sit here near my PS4 and Xbox. I mean, I know
I am with you. Like, for me, my main... Because I used to play it a lot in uni societies, and I don't anymore. So for me now, my main kind of handheld gaming usually is like an hour when I wake up at the weekend. I'll just pull out my iPad or my 3DS and fiddle around. I mean, that's how I beat Monument Valley this weekend. But, yeah,
it's not really the same, because Pokemon, you spend a lot of time with it, and I just don't... that's the thing with it, because I'm excited to play it, and to be fair, if they put it on a home console to, you know, I would probably be excited.
If they put it on the Switch, yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect for the Switch, because then I can actually lose my reason for not buying it. I'll be like, oh, it's home, it's portable, oh my god, like that.
Yeah.
But,
no,
yeah,
we'll say. I
don't think I day want it.
I can still see myself like dedicating time to just sit up in the 3DS playing the game, so because it is like a massive, big game that I'm actually interested in, unlike say Gen 6, where I was like, eh.
There's actually a lot of new stuff going on with this one. I think it's fair to say that this feels...
It feels fresh. It feels like kind of like Black and White 1 did for me back in the day. This feels like another step forward for the franchise, especially as it's like no gyms. It's a gym. They're gone.
No gyms. I can get behind that. It feels like a new thing. That's why it's frustrating me though, because like I said, I love the ideas in it, but then I'm like, when am I actually gonna play it? Because it's something you need to put a lot of time in, I think, to get the most out of. Personally, that's where I'm at. You might disagree.
No, that's fair.
We're going to move on to the games coming out this week, and we're going to start... You know, I just said about putting loads of time into a game.
Yes.
Well, if I actually didn't know where Squiggy was, I would be assumed he was playing this, because he literally dedicates his life to the franchise. Football Manager 2017 is out November 4th.
I thought this was going to be a Metal Gear game.
I'm going to be honest, if they did Metal Gear Manager, I think he would also just lose his... I don't even know how that would work.
Kind of like Metal Gear Acid. But, yay, Football Manager! Woo!
Slazo,
yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question, because I know you're not going to buy it, so I'm not going to ask you, are you going to buy it, because... No. But, have you not noticed a lot more buzz? Has the buzz even got to you about Football Manager this year? Because it trended a few times because of the whole Brexit thing.
Nope.
You didn't see anything.
Not heard anything about this.
That's crazy. So I'm going to talk you through some things. It's basically Football Manager 2017 made news a few weeks ago because the game simulates Brexit.
That's nice.
And you don't care at all. Like, nothing. No react.
I don't really see how that affects football.
But basically, you have to, if you have international players, you have to have special permissions. You have a certain amount of homegrown players and stuff. And with Brexit, because they'd be non-EU, so it's hard to get paperwork for the non-EU ones to be in your league.
That just sounds like it's going to be more annoying and less fun.
It's going to be how to work around it.
Can you switch it off?
Yeah, I think it happens at a certain point in the games. I'm not sure if you can switch it off.
I hope so.
I like how you don't even play this game. You're like, I hope for the people's sake.
I hope so you can pretend that blight on humanity never happened. Oh wait, I'm getting political.
They do different versions of it apparently in scenarios, because I saw, you know, like a screenshot they used for it actually had it that
Is there a
Scotland
version where the United Kingdom sinks into the ocean and is never seen again?
I don't know, I haven't gone through all of them, but I did see that there's one where Scotland managed to negotiate themselves back in.
To the EU?
Yeah.
Right.
So they've been really creative with it. I know it's just a Football Manager game and normally it would be like thing, but...
Can we do one where Trump gets in control and nukes Britain, therefore... No.
Wow. I think we should move on from this. I didn't know Football Manager 27 could be so politically polarising.
It's got Brexit in it. It's instantly politically polarising.
That's funny. You know what's not? You know what we're going to talk about next?
I don't know, Laura.
Central
Fiction. Oh man, boy, I've had a lot of fun reading about the development of this.
Tell us more, Slazo. Tell us more.
If I remember correctly, it's not got one of the languages in it, so it's either completely dubbed or completely subbed, which is a great way to piss off Japanese game fans right from the get-go. And then I'm pretty sure, from what I've been told, the story's a pile of wank. They still haven't. I don't think they've included the character everyone wanted. And yeah, it's BlazBlue has run its course and is now desperately clinging on. But yeah, things don't look great for Central Fiction before it's even begun. But hey,
Wow.
maybe the casual weird fighters will ignore all that and still buy it. Who knows?
I love the fact that you just said the story's not up to much and it has fiction in the title. I just feel like that's like...
BlazBlue's story is usually nonsensical bullshit, but apparently this isn't even good nonsensical bullshit anymore. But who knows? I don't know. I don't keep up with BlazBlue's story.
I mean, I didn't even know it had a story, I just know of it, which is concerning. But that also comes out November 4th, Slazo.
Great.
Football Manager or BlazBlue? The
Neither.
decision is yours.
Neither.
Oh, alright.
I think the decision is keep your voice down, my dear.
Is it? Is it?
I
mean, okay, if you listen, don't let Slazo put you off the game, it might be good. Speaking of other games...
Remember, boys and girls, I am a snide bastard, so... But yes, moving on.
Is Moto Race 4.
Oh man, you sound so interested in this one.
I nearly went to yawn because I was like, oh, Moto Racer 4. Yeah, that's a worldwide release. Xbox One, PlayStation 4.
Is this a motocross game, or is this a general racing? Or...
Do you want to know what's funny?
What?
I googled it.
Yeah.
And I got loads of trailers of that. I went to the Wikipedia page thinking, that normally gives you an overview. On it just says coming out in November. And I was like, oh.
Good to know.
Oh. It's an arcade. I know it's an arcade motorbike racing series, basically. Or no. Okay, there you go. It's no less than 15 single-player, multiplayer modes, including standard time trials, championships, ghost biking, wolfpack, and golden helmet are some original modes they've got in it. Passing checkpoints, survival, just generally mixing it up. Basically, if you like riding a motorbike in games.
I mean, sure, but I imagine there are better motorbike racers that have more of a buzz. But hey, maybe it's alright.
You said Motor Racers first launched on PC and PS1 back in '97, but despite the series having secured over 7 million sales, has been absent since 2001's Moto Racer 3. If there's been people waiting for this, I mean...
15 years, and they went, yeah, we'll call it Motor Racer 4, okay.
Not Motor Racer reintroduced, because probably half our people have left to stop playing games and just, forgotten that we were a thing.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, it's like Motor Racer 4 has been resurrected with a fresh coat of paint, thanks to the Unreal Engine 4. So, if you've waited this long for this game, you must be... 15 years is a long time to wait for a game. See other famous examples.
Yeah, sure. Sure, it's a motorbike racer. If you want a motorbike racer, woo.
If you're loyal to the series, you must be you must be thrilled.
Yeah.
There isn't. That also comes out November 4. So we're letting you choose between Football Manager, BlazBlue, and Motor Racer 4 now. Up in the States. Slazo, anything tempt you there? No.
No, not out of those. Man, if only there was some other game that I'd already ordered.
I know. What's coming out November 4th? I think that's... Oh, wait. No, there's this game called Call of Duty Infinite Warfare out on the same day.
Oh, I don't care about that one. I'm all about Modern Warfare Remastered.
Wow.
Actually, no, because me and Squiggy did talk Infinite Warfare last week, and apparently the beta, the second week of the beta was much better than the first. So, I'm more intrigued in Infinite Warfare again now.
Are you more intrigued as in you're just generally intrigued or more intrigued than Modern Warfare?
Not more intrigued than Modern Warfare did, no. As in, when we played the first week of the beta, it was pretty much if this is the game, I ain't touching this multiplayer. But, no, apparently they've improved it a lot, so it's I'll still give Infinite Warfare a try.
I love how you said that like it should be a big honour. I'll give it a try. You're welcome.
I'm specifically buying this to play the original. I'm not gonna lie. The campaign looks fun in space and everything, but if the multiplayer of Infinite Warfare isn't up to snuff, I am just gonna very quickly jump to Modern Warfare and never look back.
Fair enough. I can't really fault that. So you're gonna start with Infinite and then go, you know what? I've tried it. Back to what I wanted to buy this game for.
I don't know which one I'll start with. We'll see what I feel like on the 4th. I might just go F it and start playing the Modern Warfare campaign again.
I mean, did you early pre-order it so you could play it now, or did you miss that opportunity?
I think it depends on where you pre-ordered it from. So, because I got it off Amazon, I can't do that because I could cancel my pre-order and laugh.
Are you excited to replay the single-player campaign? Because I would have said the game's all about the multiplayer, or are you actually looking forward to
one? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been like not a decade because I did used to try and get the achievements off of it, but you know, it's been long enough that I'll happily play through it once. Don't get me wrong, it's not my main reason for buying it, but you know, I'll happily give it a blast. It's been a long time.
I feel like I know the answer to this. You know, this is like the last of the big hitters to come out. Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, you know, all great reviews, stuff like that.
Yep.
Is it literally the remaster that has made you stick with COD this year and get it on launch day?
Yep.
Yep, just wanted to check that, because I'm just saying, if you must have seen the reviews for the other one, it'd be interesting to see. I'm actually really intrigued how this reviews.
Infinite Warfare looked more fun than recent CODs, I'll give it that. But, like, that wasn't enough to make me go day one. It was enough to make me go, I haven't played a COD in a few years, maybe this one. But, like, the inclusion of Modern Warfare has made me go, nah, day one for this. I want to play them both.
And if it hadn't been there, you would have looked at Battlefield?
Nope. I hate Battlefield.
Would you looked at Titanfall?
Maybe.
Wow, you just really basically.
I was more interested.
Just have to turn up.
I was more interested in Titanfall, but like the lack of hype and everything has just meant nah, I'm good.
If Call of Duty doesn't turn up, you just go home. That's basically what we've just learned from that. You're like,
Well, no, because I had Destiny.
Oh yeah, forget all. You did Destiny day one.
Because I bought Destiny day one. Yeah.
How's that going?
I mean, as I said on Twitter, nope. Not Festival of the Lost, not doing that again.
Let's talk about that. Festival of the Lost. How? This podcast has a running relationship with you and the Festival of the Lost. There was a very dark time.
No.
Are you not going to go back even though you purchased the DLC and you want to make your money's worth?
Laura, stop.
No, I'm just genuinely intrigued. I think the people want to know.
No, they don't. Okay, right, what she's referencing is basically last year they did Festival of the Lost, and this was just after all the quest updates, and I was like, I'm going to beat every quest in this game because I'm a stupid completionist. And that was a black hole because...
Stupid being the key word there, guys.
Yeah, because I spent literally days grinding that effing candy just to try and get one mask, and it took literal days to get this last bloody mask, which then required me to try and drag Laura and Squiggy for an heroic mission, which they literally qualified for by like 1 or 2 light, and I wasn't much better.
It was so painful.
And then it decided to give us the Taken version of this mission, so it's literally trying to drag, like, myself, who isn't much better off than them, the three of us trying to grind down these things for literally hours. I think we were in 2 hours, then we made it to the finale, and it was the stupid Mars bullet sponge. And we got him like a third of the way down and then died, and that was like 20 minutes, and we went, fuck it, we have better things to do with our lives. And then I stopped caring about Destiny quests. That was great. So I'm not staring into that abyss again.
Oh, I was really looking forward to Slazo returns to the Festival of the Lost.
Nope.
I was really looking forward to it.
Not happening.
Disappointed.
Sorry.
But you know what, Slazo? We're going to move on from games coming out, because I can see you just want your Call of Duty, and you don't want to be reminded of the Festival of the Lost. So we're going to talk about plugging, Slazo. Plugging some great stuff that are on our site, because you were disappointed with the Festival of the Lost and it's back and all that stuff, but you know what you're also disappointed by? 5 games you always wanted to play. Why should they read this article, Slazo?
Thanks, Laura. Thanks. Just twist the knife, why don't you?
Boom! I didn't just twist the knife, I smacked you in the head with another one. What you saying?
I mean, that's slightly less deadly. So...
To smack someone with a knife. Oh, that's the point. Ooh,
yeah, I kind of, like, mildly took over the site this week with news and stuff. So, yeah, if you've ever wanted to know, like, 5 games that I haven't played, and these aren't just games where I can just, like, boot up, say, my Wii U and go, oh, there it is on Virtual Console. These are games...
You'd be thrilled if they were even on iPad, because just to play
some
of these...
One of them is on iPad, but I don't want to play it on iPad because I want to play it on DS.
No.
But, yeah, no, it was like 5... Well done on reading my article, Laura. So, there were like 5 games that I've always wanted to play, and like at the time, or like a few months afterwards, was like, I should play this, and then could never get them. And it's driving me up the wall. So if you ever want to know what my big regrets in gaming are, about games that I should have bought but didn't. It's in this article, and I've already had someone like message me about it and being like, yeah man, I'm with you on a couple of those. Except that person then managed to find them all, the lucky little.
I'm with you in that, apart from the fact, look at me and all my games, living Slazo's dream. I'm going to be honest, if you're that person, send screenshots and pictures. Enjoy.
I know who it is. Why would
I know, but I'm asking them to send me so I can just randomly taunt you with them.
Okay.
Hobbies.
But yeah, no, like that was a fun article to write in some regards. Not fun in others. But yeah, there was that. My demo impressions of JRPGs article went live earlier in the week as well, if you've not seen that. So if you want to know what I thought on Dragon Quest Builders and World of Final Fantasy, which is out now, and Pokemon Sun and Moon demo.
I feel like they have an idea what your Pokemon views are.
Well, see, the funny thing is, since that went live, like, the first of the timed events has happened in the demo, and it was wank. It was 10 seconds of content. It was like, wow, I thought I was at least going to get a battle.
Can you say amendment?
No. It hasn't changed my opinion or anything. It was just like, you fire it up on a specific day to see what happens. You go, oh man, yeah, you're going to get to meet my boyfriend who's really helped me out in life. I'm like, great, cool. And then a Machamp walks along and you're like, okay. And that's the end of that.
I saw screenshots of that.
This is where you got the thing you tweeted at me from, by the way.
Yeah, I did. I saw them. It became like a meme. Sorry, I saw loads of images of that and was like, that's hilarious.
Yep. I think the other events happen for people who played the demo day one, the next event, but I didn't play it day one, so I won't see that until Thursday, I think.
I mean, that sounds about right.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm glad to see a demo that keeps you occupied till the game comes out.
Yeah.
So.
What about you, Laura? Anything to plug?
Nothing to plug, really. I'm going to plug Nintendo Switch 8 Details We'd Like to Know article again, because, you know, they announced this week the whole You Get to Know in January.
Yes.
The showcase
yes,
and all
that was a thing.
Which I completely forgot to. I just read this article, and obviously we're going to have to wait all the way till January to find out any of the things
I don't mind waiting.
we'd like to know. So check out Nintendo Switch 8 Details We'd Like to Know. You know what I don't like?
January strikes me as a perfect time to do that announcement. So.
It does sound pretty cool, Slazo. I'm a little bit scared of the time of the announcement, because it seems to be hinted that it's going to be very early in the morning for people like us. I say people like us, the UK.
The UK. I mean, like, not to like get off on a big tangent, but obviously you weren't here last week when me and Squiggy discussed the Switch. So, like, any
I listened intently.
Thank you. Did you really? So, any kind of brief thoughts on the Switch? Like, what do you think of it?
I'll tell you, when I first watched the trailer, nothing. I felt absolutely nothing.
Wow. Okay.
I was very confused at all the positive reaction, but then I've since gone back and watched it again and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh well, basically as soon as I know price and stuff like that, I'd probably be sold again. Let's be honest. Only Nintendo do Nintendo games, so they kind of have me here.
Right.
I like if the concept gets pulled off well. Sure.
Okay.
That's basically how I feel about it. But obviously Sam, one of our guest writers, wrote 8 Details We'd Like to Know. Go check that out. You'll probably agree with it. Yeah. And the only other thing I guess I need to plug still is you said about your 5 list. I'm going to plug my 5 best missions of GTA San Andreas. What have you...
Oh, I thought you were going to plug the one that's coming up this week. Like, rather than several weeks ago.
I mean, I was 2 weeks ago, but I was going to... You want me to plug, I was going to keep that surprise. I think it's Saints Row, isn't it, Slazo?
Yeah, it's the trash article on Saints Row that misses the obvious answer.
Right, if not
I didn't say what the obvious answer was, for the record. So.
I mean, I feel they all know who you are. They all know what you're saying. But yeah, there is an article coming up on the 5 best references Saints Row, and actually there's a revisited Saints Row article coming soon from another guest writer by Mike. Who played them all and played all the DLC. So that is going to lead into a revisited article that will be coming to the site very soon.
Awesome. I look forward to yet and more Saints Row coverage on our site.
You know what? I might just rename our site. SaintsRow.com. I think that's probably taken.
Retro Remastered.
Retro. No, that sounds like I'm like Scooby-Doo. Retro. I'm not doing that. No. Right, that's all the plugs.
Yeah.
We've plug. And we're going to finish tonight because we can't do a top 50 game.
I mean, we can, but no.
I mean, we can in the sense that it'd be like some sort of standoff and we could play cowboy music and just be like, no.
I mean, because we've done in the past where you win on a tie, technically you could say anything and it gets through.
You make a good point. You make anything, it'd be like, in. You know, this is the opportunity to get Saints Row in. Damn it. But we're not going to do that, Slazo. We're going to talk about marketing.
Okay.
It's got to get business up in here,
Oh,
yo.
man.
We're going to talk about marketing because I don't know if you saw this. It's a rumor going around about Mafia 3 not selling as well as they wanted it to, and because it had a bigger budget.
I must admit, when I first saw the story, I did get flashbacks to Square Enix and their whole Tomb Raider isn't a success because it didn't sell 8 million, and I'm like, it sold millions.
Yeah,
Calm
like
down.
that's an ambitious number. Who came up with the original number? That's
It was like, it's a failure, and everyone's like, it sold like 4 or 5 million. Like, that's a real success story. What are you on?
So I'm going to ask you whether going big is always better, and we're going to talk about the best way to actually market a game. Basically, what actually grabs your attention, because I've noticed a few more games it's always mobile games, but I've noticed full games doing it as well with the promotional tweets, and I just want to say how annoying that is. Just putting it out there.
I mean, it's an easy way to get people's attention.
It is, but I just closed them. I'm at the point where I'm just so bit like, close.
That's fine.
But yeah, so do you think it's always best to go bigger with the marketing campaign, or does it actually make it impossible to live up to the numbers they need to make up? Because advertising is expensive.
It depends on the game, really.
I'll say, let's use Tomb Raider as the example.
Right. So
That sold really well. They put loads out. It was always on TV adverts.
cool, but Tomb Raider is a well-established franchise and has that to lean on to, which Mafia does not.
Oh, it's true.
Mafia is not like a problem. Tomb Raider, like Lara Croft and Tomb Raider, are something that I would say are at the front of the public consciousness, but odds are you've probably heard of it at some point in your life, even if you've not played one. And when you see the game, it's a big action adventure kind of thing. You're like, oh, okay, cool, that looks alright. Mafia, you're like, alright, it just looks like every other. Bang bang. We're in a world. Why would I not just play GTA? Because the problem is, when you advertise on TV, you're kind of like, I don't want to say pandering to casuals, that's not what I mean. But you're in the realm of the big boys of like the CODs and the FIFAs. So, if you're not a franchise seen at that level, people are just going to go like, I'm good.
I get that.
That's my attitude towards television advertising, at least.
Do you think so? You don't think it's worth it when they put all these advertisements during like football games and stuff like that? Because I mean, you don't watch football games.
No, I don't watch telly. So
yeah, you always find like the big Super Sundays, which is like 2 Premier League games in a row for your record.
Right.
On TV, so it's captive. They always put video games ads in between them, and I've seen even before, like they even did the Champions League final. Like I can't remember what game company did it last year. You know, tune in to the halftime ad break for blah blah to see this trailer because a lot of eyes are on it. Do you think that's sort of worth it, or is it a kind of...
Again, you need to have the clout as a game to make people care to begin with. Like,
could you not just make a really good advert?
No.
Have you ever been sold on an advert?
By an advert, not that I can recall. But, I mean, like, if you say, for example, they put Red Dead 2 in that slot, the new Red Dead game, that would work, because it would go, oh, it's a Rockstar game, yeah, we'll kind of know them. Oh look, shooty banging Wild West, that kind of looks cool and different. If you put, say, the new Medal of Honor in there, people would be like,
I love Medal of Honor, like the most deadest franchise you could think of.
I'm just using the scapegoat of, like, wishes it was AAA but isn't kind of franchise, of like, it doesn't have the clout, so even if you did a really cool advert, people would be like, Like, with adverts, obviously the first thing you've got is people have probably pressed the mute button. So
yeah, there is that.
Yeah, like you really have, for a TV advert, you really essentially have to be something they already care about before. Like, I mean, if Picross Stage 2 had an advert in the middle of the Premier League, you'd be like, that's weird, and then you go back to your iPad or whatever you were.
I remember when they had like celebrities that advertised Nintendo games on DS during that, and I was like, what is
this?
But
DS could do it because DS had the clout, because that was before smartphones, so DS was kind of the big boom at that time.
Like, hi, I'm playing a Nintendo DS. Oh, my Nintendo is adorable. cool.
Yeah, but the
I mean,
DS
it worked.
yeah, DS was the style item at the time, so like.
How would you want a game advertised to you? Because you don't watch TV. How would you expect them to come get your sale?
How do I? Okay, because I'm one of the tech-savvy generation who, like, so TV doesn't work because I've got Netflix. And, like, traditional website advertising doesn't work because I've got ad block. So, essentially, the way to advertise it is through strong word of mouth. So, I'm part of the generation who thinks that using, like, strategic use of kind of Let's Players and stuff like that is a good way to do it. For example, I watch all of JonTron's videos on YouTube. Some of his are promotional content, like he did a video for Far Cry Primal a while back. And I watched it because it's a JonTron video, it's still in his style. And yeah, sure, to some extent it's promoting the game, but I'm also getting to see like one of my favourite content creators do something cool and new. And that's kind of like the way to get around it for me, or at least for kind of my type of person, I guess, who doesn't have telly and ad blocks everything to shit, is that you make content in a style that would appeal to you. So it's something you'd normally watch, but now it just happens this specific episode is an advert. And I mean, they do declare like, oh, this was paid promotion by blank, but you know, you're watching it for the person who made it rather than the game itself.
Yeah, you don't think less of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't personally think. I don't go, oh, it's paid promotion, how shitty.
Yeah. So
it's not like, oh...
Yeah, so if like Game Grumps, for example, were like, oh man, we're playing this game early because we got paid to play it, I'll be like, that's cool. I get to watch an episode of Game Grumps. That's what I want. And if the game's cool, because like that actually has sold me, like watching games like on YouTube sometimes has made me go, man, I need that game. Shovel Knight was a good example of it. I saw them play through Shovel Knight and was like, this looks amazing. Buy. And bought it when it came out on PS4.
I mean, I get that. I completely agree. To be fair, I'm probably a little bit weaker than you because obviously I watch TV and all the sports, and I do.
Yeah. Well, you're a slightly different case than me. So.
Yeah. It's the thing is, I do think some of them work. It's the repetitive nature of them, the catchy music just draws me in. Like, you know, when you hear, like I associate so many tunes with gaming adverts, and I always look up because like, oh, that's Mafia Free advert. Especially when I want the game and I haven't got the money to buy it at the moment, I do get very tempted.
I'm not gonna lie, like, if I just hear good music in an advert, it doesn't make me want to buy the game or whatever.
No, it doesn't make me want to
look up the song.
No, to me, it doesn't make me want to... The music doesn't make me want to buy the game. The music makes me... I'm normally on a smartphone or computer. That sounds really weird. But
no, I know what you mean. Like, no, it makes perfect sense.
I look up. I'm like, oh, shit, I want to see some more Mafia. And to be fair, I do end up caving. Was more when I had more money, is I ended up caving a lot more because it was always constantly in my face. Like, oh, look at Call of Duty. It's like, I really want Call of Duty. Nope, stay strong. There'd be the next ad break. Nope, stay strong. Ad break 3. Stay strong. Ad break 4. I've gone to the shops. Haven't seen it. You know? That's...
How weak-willed are you? Jesus.
I used to be very weak-willed, but then I had money, so it wasn't really... I didn't really have to be strong, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why bother? Just be happy. Yeah, I also was going to talk about... I also find... adverts very powerful when you're like on the Xbox One or PlayStation dashboards. I don't know about you, when I'm looking at the PlayStation Store and there's like the latest spread of games, you know, like a big it's more so on the Xbox I notice it because it's always down, you're on your homepage, it's always down the right hand side.
That doesn't affect me.
That always gets me because it's always in my face.
Nah, because like pretty much with that all I do is I look at the sale on the PS Store and I might look at like the newest games. But I don't go, oh man, look, there's a big sign saying Witness, I must buy Witness. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty sign for the Witness, and then scroll past.
Well,
like,
I mean,
I'm very much...
We're just discovering that you're stronger than me.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much usually a case of I know usually what I want to buy. Like, I don't do a whole lot of, like, non-informed purchases. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes I'll buy games knowing, like, not a huge amount about them, but... It'll be a case, like, for example, I could have gone to the shop over the weekend and bought World of Final Fantasy, because it's a Final Fantasy game, I've played the demo, sure, why not? But, like, I didn't need to know, like, or I haven't watched every trailer about it or anything of the such, so... To me, it's more a case of I know when I'm going to the shop, usually what I want to buy, I don't flick through a bunch of games and go, oh man, never heard of this looks cool.
Have you ever walked into a store because of a display?
Nope.
Because, I mean, that used to be a bigger advertising thing.
Nope.
Is that because you're up to date with what's coming out, so you're never shocked? If you were shocked to see... I don't know. Say you weren't aware that the latest Gears of War is out. I don't know why. I just used Gears of War, and you walk
Well,
past.
no,
because
like if you go into this logic, this has happened before. Like when I was a couple of weeks back when I went into the thing and was like looking for something else, and I went, "Oh, BioShock the collection's out." Huh, sooner than I thought, and then went on with my life.
Fair enough. I mean, I've actually walked into a store once because of a promotion, and oh look, FIFA's out. But that was when I was younger. If that makes sense. When I didn't really follow what was coming out.
Yeah, no,
So,
I'm with you in that. Like when you don't know so much about what's coming out, and I probably would have when I was younger picked up. Actually, no, because I still bought gaming magazines back then. Oh no, okay. In the N64 era, there were 1 or 2 times where I bought games blind, but kind of ever since the GameCube era onwards, I've pretty much always known about everything that's coming out, so you can't, like, I'm not usually surprised. And if I am, like, there was a game on PSN a couple of weeks ago, I think it's called Exist Archive, which is a JRPG I'd never heard of, which caught me by surprise. So what I did there was essentially then I just looked up some stuff about it and, like, asked a couple of friends who know, like, more about JRPGs than me. Oh, what's this? Should I be excited? And stuff like that. So it's a case of, like, in the rare occasion where I don't know about something, I don't go, oh, I'm going to spend 40 quid to find out what this is like. It's like, nah, I'm just going to see what the public opinion is.
I mean, that's like a better. You've basically evolved as a consumer. That's basically what I've learned from that.
I mean, that's one way you could put it, I suppose.
That you've evolved. You've become better.
I mean, I still spend a ton of money on games, but it's kind of like, I know in my head the list of things I'm looking out for. So.
I don't think you'd be convinced by... So like we said, you're not going to be convinced to buy a game you don't want at the end of the day.
Pretty much. Like,
no matter how good the advert is.
The very rare occasions are when I know my entire... Like, this happened a couple of times on 360, of when I know my entire friends list is going to buy it, in which case I probably should pick it up. Halo Reach was one of those.
So hang on, are you saying a better advertisement for the game is like looking at your friends list and seeing everyone playing it?
Yes.
That is actually pretty good. I feel they should pay me to play games and get you to buy them. I might actually email someone now.
Well, it's like how we as a group, like sometime, like with the PS4, the reason we all chose the PS4 was because a couple of us went PS4, and then the rest of us kind of followed, and that's kind of like, if I see a load of people playing a game and they're having a fun time, and they're like, oh, you should join in, I'm like, well, I guess I can give it a try, sure.
That makes... I actually completely agree with you. I feel like we've cracked marketing, Slazo.
Have we?
I feel like we've solved the secret, but we just have no money to go advertise stuff.
It all works differently for different people. Like, as I said, TV adverts work for the kind of people who only buy 2 games a year, which are probably COD and FIFA. So a nice advert saying, here's your new shooty bang, and they're like, man.
What? If you hadn't said COD there and you just picked a game on me, I was like, you buy COD, I buy FIFA. So it's like, you the insult. Those people that buy those 2
You know what I mean, though. That type does exist.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think some people just don't even know Call of Duty's coming out till it's on the telly.
Exactly. So.
I feel also YouTube ads. How do you feel about them?
Ad block.
Wow, that's the point.
This is why I talked about promoted content, whereas I don't see YouTube ads.
I don't have ad block on like my PlayStation and the Xbox One apps and TV apps that I have sometimes watch YouTube on.
Oh, okay, in terms of that, because I don't have ad block on my iPad, like, I just ignore them when those adverts come up, and they're like, oh boy, look, here's a 30-second advert on some iPad game, and I'm like, nope. Once, I think, I looked at the game and thought, actually, that looks alright, and then I read up about it on the App Store and was like, nope, this sounds like premium garbage. What can I say? I'm just more ad savvy about it. I'm just kind of more, I'm at the stage where I own over 1,000 games. Like, odds are, if I want an experience, I can just go in my drawer and pick one.
I can't argue with it. I'm just like, I tried to have a good debate about marketing. You just come here with like, no, just no. No.
It's not no, it's that, for me at least, I have... There are ways to appeal to me, and there are ways to not appeal to me, and I'm kind of well aware at this point in my life what works and what doesn't on me, so... Hey, I mean, if you get a JRPG advert on telly with, like, anime girls, I would applaud you for getting that on telly.
Sorry, I was just like... if you use anime girls, I may be totally into this. But
I wouldn't be totally into it, but you know, I'd be like, hot damn, like they must be confident in their product to put this on public television. That's like the one way an advert could appeal to, like a traditional advert could appeal to me, if it's on public, if it's an anime advert on television, and then I'd be like,
that would make you stop and stare though. You'd be like,
yeah,
did
exactly.
I accidentally sit on the remote? What is this on ITV? What's happening? Oh,
yeah, pretty much. I'd be like,
There's only one other bit I want to talk about marketing, right? And because it's something that I get a lot, and we spoke about season passes earlier, and I was thinking about it then. Leaflets you get in game cases, right? Does anyone ever stop and read them? Because I tend to just bin them, and I just want to see if they actually work. Because you buy a lot of games, as you just said. Do you ever stop and look in the box and go, oh look, cool, it's telling me when the season pass is out, or cool, it's telling me when a game made by the same company's out?
I mean,
do you know the leaflets I mean? Like they replace manuals, so you basically there's no manual, and you'll just get a live code.
Like that's the thing, because I used to read manuals when I was younger. But nowadays,
look, I've got the FIFA box in front of me, and I've got basically a 2-day Xbox live code, and on the back there's an advert for Ultimate Team. You know how to buy the app, download the app.
I'll probably look at those for a second or two, and then put them away, because odds are they don't appeal to me. That being said, like, for example, with 3DS games, or like DS games, sorry, Nintendo used to put like a little booklet in of like, here's like essentially a Nintendo catalogue for the year. Of like, here's some games, and I would always have a flick through them, just to see if there was anything I had forgotten about. Or cool stuff like that. Oh shit, I've just remembered an advert that I actually bought a game off of. Huh.
So basically, what game was it, and why have you been lying to us for the last 10 minutes?
I think it was Trinity Universe, and I'm pretty sure I saw it's like a JRPG I'd never heard of at the time. This was before I got properly into actually knowing what stuff was coming out. But I think it was like in the early years of the PS3. And it was like, holy shit, JRPG I've not heard of, this looks cool and different. And that was like a magazine advert, and I was like, buy that then.
Sorted.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
there you go, adverts have appealed to me. Just not for a long time.
Evolved as a consumer. I'm going as that you've evolved as a consumer.
Sure.
And you're harder to sell off.
I go with, I've got enough games, mate. I can properly live without it.
You make a good point.
And I have this podcast to let me know when games are coming out. So.
Way. I think we should wrap it up there, Slazo. With that, I feel like you've covered marketing in every way, and I can't disagree with your opinion. And you've really ruined any form of market. I literally thought there might be a bit more contrast between us, but I feel like we're on the same wavelength for once.
We are. That's what you picked up from this.
You know what this is? You know what this is? It's too spooky because it's Halloween, or just after Halloween. Spooky.
It's November, Laura. Get it right.
Yeah, but I'm allowed. But it's the Halloween week episode.
Is it? And we didn't talk about anything Halloween.
Well, it was just too spooky without Squiggy.
Have you played the Resident Evil 7 demo yet?
I'm not Squiggy. I've played it.
Okay, good.
I'm not Squiggy. That's why I didn't want to make it too spooky in case Squiggy had to listen. I don't want to scare our lovely listeners. He said viewers, like, who's watching us? Spooky.
Well, we're on YouTube.
We're on YouTube. We're on all good podcasting services, including iTunes. And also, you obviously know this, but if you enjoyed this for some reason, I mean, why wouldn't you, Slazo?
I've had a great time, Laura.
Every Wednesday at 9 AM, this is when this goes live on retroremastered.com. And you can follow us on Twitter at retroremastered. You can follow us on Tumblr at the retroremastered. Like us on Facebook at retroremastered, and subscribe to us on YouTube at retroremastered. I really like the fact I have to say all these links, and basically, to sum up, Google Retro Remastered.
Just go to retroremastered.com and you'll see us all of them on the top bar. And of course, don't forget to follow us individually. Laura's at Laura Law. I'm at Slazo King. Don't think there's any other staff. I mean, I swear there was one other guy, but I can't remember him.
Yeah, he's been fired.
You can tweet at Geordie Squires and go, please come back and host, please.
Wow.
Or you can tweet him saying Laura's a better host. I mean, you're cool. Or tweet asking for me to host. I mean, you're cool. I mean, I mean, we've had a week without him, a week without you. I suppose logically I get the week off next.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, you're going to have a holiday next week.
Great, I'm not doing
all
that.
expenses paid.
Lovely. No, I am the rock that is always here, boys and girls.
If you smell what the Slaz is cooking.
That's it, we're forcibly ending this podcast now.
Join us next week for episode 56. Thank you.